Hi all, this is Nick K9RDU. Just wanted to give a few quick impressions of DMR versus YSF, the A78 and Bridgecom, or my experience with them. This is my first time ever shooting a video. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time editing it. I felt it was more important just getting the word out. And please forgive my voice and throat clearing. I do have a neurological disease that affects my speech. So let me say this. First of all, if you're interested in DMR or you're interested in any of the digital voice modes and you haven't bought a hotspot, or you have bought a hotspot but not a radio yet, I will say this. YSF wires Yaesu is the audio quality is worlds better. People that only have DMR will say no, because most of what they hear is people bridging YSF to DMR in their hotspot. But when you do true YSF, the sound quality is head and shoulders above DMR. Second, if you want to get into DMR easy, do not get a radio. I just bought the AnyTone AT-D878UVII Plus on top of that, the brand new one that is being pushed so hard. And I've got experience programming a wide range of things. I've been extra class since 1997, I think, and I've been in IT 25 years, so I've got a clue as to what I'm doing. I've also set up a YSF reflector. I have an HRI 200 at one time for a wires X room. You know, this comes from experience. Let me say this. If you want to get into wires X, or I'm sorry, YSF or DMR or any of the other modes easy, and you have an Android phone, and like I said, this is going to be a crappy video. I'm not going to take the time to merge. There is an application out there called DroidStar. I found it. It is currently free. I'll show you the screenshot. Everything's backwards on the camera. And all you have to do is put in basically your call sign, DMR ID, and your Brandmeister password. You don't have to do TGIF, but I chose to. And after you do that, you select your mode. You can see all the modes it does in this drop down here. So you select DMR. You select your host. You can see I got that checked, your talk group, and you hit connect. And then, like any other DMR radio, you hit the transmit button for a second to chunk in. And I am now connected for the first time forever. It's quiet, but I am now connected to America. I think that's America Link. But anyway, it is literally that simple. You don't need a hotspot. It works over your cellular network even. I was going to put the DMR radio in my car. And when I found this, I decided against it. I mean, why do it? I've got my phone with me all the time. It's all stuff to carry. I don't have to connect to my phone's hotspot to go over the same network. And reports between, this is a Samsung Note 20 Ultra 5G, whatever they call it. Audio quality reports between that and this AnyTone AT-D878. Every single person I've asked and every single talk group I've asked has told me that the sound quality from my phone is probably 25 to 50% better. Okay, so that covers digital voice. and the easiest way to get into it. Now, let me share my experience with Bridgecom, because they do have a lot of good things. The Bridgecom University, if you're just getting started, that alone makes it worth buying from them. But I don't know how to put this nicely. I do not think in the amateur world I've dealt with a company that I felt was, yeah, there's no real way to say this nice, that was shittier than they were. I have, even after unsubscribing from the mailing list, I have, if you all can see this, and I ordered it on July 26th, and of course a couple of 2, 3, 4 of the emails were about the order and shipment, and that's fine. They automatically put you on all these mailing lists. On July 28th or 29th, I went to their website, told them, you know, just contact me once a week. I have 26 emails in my inbox from them, and I actually have a Google filter set up. Oh, I got another one today. Have a filter set up in email to filter out some of them, so I'm sure it's more than that, and you can see they're not just emailing me once a week. But that's not the big thing. The big thing is this: do not believe their reviews for a second. Here are the ones for the AnyTone AT-D878. Okay, and I want to especially draw your attention to the dates on this. 8/1, 8/5, 8/6, right? And you'll notice every single review they have is 5-star. Now, I submitted a review that was 2-star, and that was submitted on the 2nd. Okay, but it does not show up on their website. They did not like it because it was 2-star. Okay, you can't get to this page here. I would share the link, but they use a site called Judge Me for the reviews. Yeah, I wish you could get to this and read the review. But here's what they do. Anything that's not 5 stars and praises everything they're selling. Look at this. Can you read this here? I don't know if a way to zoom in. It is hidden. They hide any reviews that are not glowing reviews for them and their equipment. And to me, that is just downright shady. People reading reviews deserve to know the truth about everything. So, I'm going to do it here real quick. I'm not going to read this whole review. Let me turn this back off. I can even find my cursor. Just bear with me here, like I said, I'm new to this. The biggest thing you need to know about this radio is RF-wise, it is deaf. Do not use this if you spend most of your time. Oh my, I got too big. Do not use this if you spend most of your time in simplex mode or on repeaters. I have tried the stock antenna. I have tried a Diamond SR77, the PowerWorks antenna, which is my favorite antenna. It's about 10% better than the Diamond. I've tried signal sticks, and they make glow-in-the-dark ones, which are pretty cool, especially if you have kids that have technician licenses. It is just plain deaf. Unfortunately, I can't do it here. I shot a video on my phone. I have a D700 hooked up to a base antenna outside that's in a tripod. The top of that is below the gutters on this single story house. So the top of it's probably less than 12 feet. I also have a Yaesu FT3D, and I have, it's in the other room, I have a TYT, I forget if it's UV or UH, whatever it is, 88, $35 radio. All of them with their sock rubber duck antennas could pick up repeaters that the AnyTone could not pick up even with the aftermarket antennas. Now, I don't live way out in the country. I have 30 repeaters I can, over 30 actually, I can hit with a HT. The closest one to me is 2 miles away on a 1,200-foot tower. I can literally walk out my door, look at the sky, and see that antenna. This radio? No, it'll break the squelch, but that's it. The other thing about this radio that's really bad is the menuing system. You have to go in the menu for everything. There's no squelch knob. There's, let me see. I'm going to check my review here. It took me, I counted it, something like 12 button pushes to adjust squelch. Also, and I scan a lot. I'm home all day every day, so I have my radios on scan, trying to catch conversations wherever they happen. And you have to select a scan list, and every time you stop, you gotta go back, select the scan list until it starts again. And that was over 20 button presses just to scan. And then it forgets what scan list you wanted as soon as you hit push talk. You gotta go through it all again. Not only that, but the menus, how can I say this? It seems like every single thing that's highlighted on the menus is the farthest selection from what you want. Like if you go to scan, and you go to, you notice I've pushed 2 or 3 buttons already. I'm sorry, there's a lot of reflectivity from the windows here. I'm going to hit scan on and off. So it's already off, right? And this is about the simplest example I can get. Now if it's off and you're going into scan, you're going into scan to turn it on or off. Those are the only choices. Now you have to go up and hit select. There's 2 more. And I probably shouldn't have done that because I just scanned away from my hotspot. So anyway, I'm not too impressed with the radio, and if I had found the Android Star app ahead of time, I just went and bought a DMR radio, plain and simple. Trying to think what else. Oh, regarding hotspots, I have 3 DVMs. One of them's a very high quality one from Lone Star on a Raspberry Pi 4B 8GB. And after configuring one for my son who's in Hawaii now, so we could talk, I said I have 3, but the second one I actually had to go through. I'm on my 3rd one, the second replacement of the same one he's got, actually from the same vendor on Amazon, because they either arrive with the screen not working, the RF wouldn't work, whatever. The Lone Star one I finally got working. We had a few issues through no fault of his. The TXCO, basically the clock speed of the modem, was stamped wrong on the chips and had us both scratching our heads for a while. But if you do end up in a spot, just buy a open spot and be done with it. There is a huge learning curve to MMDM, Linux, which Raspberry Pi runs, Pi-Star and all of it. Just get your radio ID, get your Brandmeister stuff set up, and get an open spot and be done with it. It's worth the 50 extra bucks. It is. I know when you're looking at, 100, even, well, some of them, I guess if you're looking at the really cheap ones, it's probably 200 more. But trust me on this, it's worth it. Open Connect, or I keep wanting to say Open Connect, Open Spots, most people have up and running in 15-20 minutes at the most. If you listen to a lot of the channels, the talk groups, like 91's a good example, DMR Worldwide on Brandmeister, you hear story after story after story after story after story, night after night after night, of people who spent 1, 2, 3 weeks playing with their MMDM, DVMs, and Pi-Star. And that is nothing at all against Pi-Star. Those guys have done a wonderful, bang-up job of bringing together a lot of complicated technologies, and they're to be highly commended for it. But it's just a whole lot of hassle if you're just trying to talk on DMR that you don't need. So it is rather difficult getting into DMR repeaters and with the radio, and you can do that with the phone, but you don't need to. So let me give you a basic workflow. I'm just going to say it verbally because I don't want to do a full-blown tutorial. So basically what you have to do when you have the CPS open is you put in the repeater, okay? Then you go down to or up to your channel list, and you put in the digital channels from the repeater. You got to pull up the talk groups, set the talk groups. You need to go to like repeaterbook.com and set the talk groups for the repeater. Then you want to set each talk group, and don't forget to set a disconnect as your first channel. I do DMR repeaters in increments of 10, so like the one I use the most, because the other stuff I have in there, I think it goes from channel 480 to 487. After you get that done, make sure talk around's turned off. So it's a digital, your transmit, receive frequencies right, your time slots right, and then it's a button. Select it and select which talk group you want and name the channel according to the repeater and which talk group it is. And after you have all those saved, you have to create a new scan list, or I'm sorry, not a scan list, a zone. You have to create a new zone. Create a zone for each repeater. And that way when you want to hit a certain repeater, you just select that zone. And from then on, all you gotta do, since everything including your disconnect is in that one zone, all you've gotta do is, turn the knob on the radio to change channels. You do want to import the entire global contact list. You do not import the entire global talk group list for Grandmaster, PRN, any of those. This radio, you cannot search talk groups by name or number. There is no search on it. And you will be dialing through, I don't know what it is, 30,000 talk groups trying to find the one you want. You know, listen to them on Brandmeister's hose line, wherever you want to listen on the Droid Star app. Figure out the one you want, and you know, get 40 or 50 of them in there. And other than that, you know, if you get bored and you decide, hey, I'm going to chase all the states or all the zones or grid squares or whatever, you can sit on the hose line and see what's active and just punch in those numbers. Anyway, that is way more than I meant to talk, but it covers just about everything, so hopefully it helps people make a better informed decision about which way they want to go with all this. This is AnyTone AT-D878UVII Plus.